Alright, cheese tier list part 1. Starting off with Parmesan. It has a really strong flavor, and it pairs well with a lot of food. It's kind of like seasoning. I'm going to say A tier. Alright, Brie. The only thing it's really ever with is a charcuterie board, and the texture's good, and the flavor's pretty good, except for that chlorine taste. I don't like that. I'm going to say B tier. Alright, the most hated cheese ever. Just cottage cheese. I don't understand the hate. You know, it's not the best, but it's certainly not the worst. I'm going to say B tier for cottage cheese. Alright, goat cheese is just disgusting. It either tastes like vomit, or it tastes unnaturally sweet, okay? It's D tier. I don't understand how anyone likes it. Cream cheese is probably A tier. It goes well with like a sandwich. And then mozzarella is definitely S tier. It's really stretchy, or if it's fresh, it goes well with like tomato and basil. Cheese tier list part 2, starting off with Gouda. It's so good, man. I don't know. Gouda is just great. Like, smoked Gouda especially, man. It's so good. Then nacho cheese, it's not really cheese, but like, it's a good dip, I guess. You know, it's probably B tier. Okay, cheese curds are amazing. They go with like so many things. Even plain cheese curds, though, are so good. And then Kraft singles, like, you can't replace cheese, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay, but still, it's not cheese. It's C tier, I guess. And then cheddar is an easy S tier. It's so good. It's so flavorful. And then when you age it, it gets a lot better, I feel like. And then blue cheese, bro, it's D tier. I don't understand people who like blue cheese, because personally, I don't like fungus in my cheese. Ranking days of the week based off of the school schedule, because right now they're all equally S tier. Starting off with Monday, an easy D tier. I mean, you just get back there. Everyone's tired, you know, from the weekend. It just sucks. Tuesday's probably C tier. And then Wednesday's just the middle, so it's probably B tier. Thursday also is probably B tier, because it's just kind of mid. Like, you almost have the hype of Friday, but just, it's not really, like, that much. Alright, then Friday's probably A tier. And Saturday, the first day of the weekend, is S tier. Alright. But then Sunday, man, you're just worried about school all day. I mean, it's a little worse than Friday, I will admit. It's still in that A tier level, but it's just a little bit worse. Ranking different types of pies, starting off with cherry pie. I mean, it's a good dessert, you know, I'll have it. But compared to all the other pies, it's really just in the middle. Alright, I can't believe this is called cheesecake. It should be called cheese pie. Because this thing is a pie. It has the crust, it has the filling, it has everything you need for a pie. This thing is not a cake at all. But cheesecake just plain like this is probably C tier. Other cheesecakes are better, but this one's just plain. Alright, peach pie is probably A tier. I mean, peach pie is just, like, really good. Banana cream pie. If you have never had banana cream pie, like, I feel bad for you. This thing is the best. It's actually amazing. Alright, if you ever heard of shoe fly pie, that's what this is. It's basically like molasses pie, and it is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna say A tier. Alright, tomato pie. Like, it's trying to be pizza. It is not pizza. Like, it's good, but it's just not pizza. It's just fake pizza. It's like Dippin' Dots versus Mini Melts. Like, it's just not that great as a pie. Finally, apple pie. It's like kind of the classic pie. Probably A tier. Brain rot terms tier list. Starting off with edging, and I'm already regretting my decision to make this video. Anyways, D tier, no further comment. Alright, Sigma, like, you're not the Sigma. If someone's calling themselves the Sigma, like, you need to get a life. Alpha, bro, this is just the 2 months prior to Sigma. Everyone was calling themselves the Alpha. Like, no, you're not. And Beta, this is supposed to be an insult. Like, if you call someone else a Beta, you need to get a life. Skibbity. Oh my god, this marked the downfall of YouTube. Obvious D tier. Mogging? My brain has not rotted this much to even know what mogging means. D tier. Mewing. Okay, mewing's okay. Probably like A tier. And anything just maxing at the end, D tier. Like, bro, just say what's happening. Not like looks maxing. Like, bro. Riz. This is the best brain rot term. S tier, this will always be the best. And mewing at a close second. All the other ones suck. Today I'm ranking some flavors of Pop-Tarts. If you're wondering why I'm so quiet, it's because I'm in literally the most open room in my entire house. This video is recommended by @Baron the Puerto Rican, so shout out to him. Starting off with strawberry, I don't know why it's the most popular flavor. It's, like, not even that good. Well, I mean, it's good, but as a Pop-Tart, it's not that good, so probably B tier. Keep in mind, pretty much every Pop-Tart is good, but, you know, compared to the other ones, it's just mid. Same with chocolate, it's at that same level. Alright, s'mores has got to be the best flavor. S'mores is so good. Definitely S tier for that. And then brown sugar cinnamon. I don't really see that many of these. It's definitely the most slept on flavor. It's pretty good. It comes in at a close second. And I saved the worst for last. If you're trying to be healthy, just don't have any Pop-Tarts at all. I don't know why you would have it with no frosting. Yeah, there's a reason I never had this before, and it's because there's literally no point in its, like, existence at all. I'm ranking some dogs. This video was recommended by That Real Imperial Fist, so shout out to him. First off, we got a Pomeranian. I mean, they're cute, but they're kind of annoying, so probably B tier. Wolves, they're chill. Definitely A tier. You know, they're just cool. Alright, Huskies are S tier. Top 3 dogs. I'll say it. They're, like, one of the best ones. The only problem is they shed a lot, but, you know, it's not really that much of a problem for me since I don't own one. Alright, Shiba Inus, another top 3 dog. S tier. Just amazing. They just look so funny. Alright, Hyenas. I don't know why they look like that. And they, like, don't they, like, laugh or something? Or, like, make some kind of weird noise? Yeah, definitely D tier. They just are weird. Alright, Corgis, another top 3 dog. My friend has a Corgi. He's just so funny. He looks like a little potato. Alright, I saved the worst for last. A Chihuahua. So definitely D tier. I will say, though, it's the owner's fault for treating the dog like an accessory. If you have any more ideas, comment them down below. Ranking Minecraft structures, part 1, starting off with the Stronghold, which, I mean, it's obviously S tier. The loot is alright, plus you need it to beat the game. Okay, Ocean Monuments are good because they got sponges and gold and all the blocks and stuff. But on Bedrock Edition, it's a lot harder because mining fatigue is, like, a lot more annoying since, like, it's pretty much, unavoidable. I'm still gonna say A tier, though, because just the blocks and all this stuff. Alright. Jungle Temples are pretty good. I mean, probably A tier. The loot's okay, and they're not really that hard to, like, complete or anything. Alright, then mob spawners are probably B tier because, I mean, once you get in the late game, the loot in there isn't even that good anymore. And then ocean ruins are probably also B tier just because they're really annoying to loot because you have to, like, keep going up for air while you're finding the chest. Ranking Minecraft structures part 2, starting off with the witch hut. I mean, in Bedrock Edition, at least it gives you potions, but in Java it gives you nothing. I'm gonna say C tier just because of potions in Bedrock. Alright, desert temples are probably A tier. The loot's pretty nice, and it gives you, some TNT, which is pretty good. And really, it's just like, when you're in the desert, and you can't find anything, and then you find this, it's just kind of exciting, you know what I mean? Alright, ruined portals, are really common, so probably B tier. But still, they are pretty good, because, like, they give you a little bit of gold, but the loot isn't that good. And in late game, you don't really need a portal, but if you're trying to get your first portal, it's good for that. Alright, desert wells are a good concept, if there wasn't that much water in the desert. But, like, really there's a bunch of rivers and stuff and, like, oceans in the desert. And so it's, like, kind of pointless. Probably D tier. There's like, no point. It's just kind of for the aesthetic. Alright, I couldn't find an actual picture of an archaeology site, so I just used a decorated pot, but D tier. I mean, this, like, we waited so long for this, and it's just not even that good. Ranking Minecraft structures part 3, starting off with the village. I mean, S tier, it's so great, just because, like, you get so much stuff from this, and you could start, like, an entire society, basically, just based off of the slavery of villagers, so, you know, that's pretty nice. Okay, so next we got Trial Chambers, the newest structure, at least one of the newest, and, this adds, like, a whole new aspect to the game. It's like a mini game. This is so fun. Probably S tier again. Not just for the loot, because, like, how fun it is, too. Alright, end cities are probably B tier, I'm not gonna lie, because after doing a lot of them, it gets kind of repetitive. The loot is good, but, you know, the first couple are fun, but after that, it's just, like, you just do it, just for the stuff. Alright, mine shafts, they're really fun, but, like, I always end up getting lost in them after a while. So half of it is searching for stuff and mining, and then the other half is, like, trying to find my way back out, so probably B tier. And then villager outposts are such a scam, like, it's not even that good of loot. The only thing you could really get from it, I'm pretty sure, is an ominous bottle. And that's really the only good thing. So yeah, probably, like, C tier. Ranking Minecraft structures part 4, starting off with an ancient city. I mean, it's probably S tier. It's like a whole horror game, just in one structure. Well, I mean, I guess, like, 50 structures, but, you know, I count it as one. Yeah, it's just so fun to, you know, loot and, avoid the warden and stuff. Alright, now we got a woodland mansion. Probably A tier. The loot's nice, but the only downside is the only time I, looted one, it was less fun than I expected. Alright, now Bastion. To be honest, I never looted a Bastion, but it seems like it would be, like, more, for the loot and less for, like, the fun side of it. But still A tier because it has good stuff. And then, End City ships. I mean, it gives you the Elytra, man. S tier. The only downside is it takes a while to find, but once you find it, the Elytra's, you know, pretty cool. Alright, Nether Fortresses, I know you need them to beat the game, but it's kind of boring. Like, to just, like, loot it, you know what I mean? And the loot's just alright. I'm gonna say B tier. Ranking some superpowers, starting off with Super Strength. Probably A tier. It's pretty good. People wouldn't really figure it out, you just seem really strong. And I would not want people to figure out that I have superpowers. Alright, teleportation is just so convenient. Definitely S tier. Super speed is also really convenient, unless you run into something, because if you do, you're basically just cooked. So A tier. Alright, flying seems good when you think about it, until you realize that once you start flying, and people find out, then the government's gonna find out, and they're gonna capture you and study you. And me personally, I don't want to be studied by the government. So C tier. Time travel, the ability to change time is pretty good, except for if you mess something up. So probably B tier. Alright, invisibility is S tier. I mean, it would just be really convenient, just like teleportation. Rank in Minecraft resources, part 1. Starting off with copper. The only thing it's useful for is building. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good building block. But the only thing it's used for is building. So B tier. It's almost at that A tier level though, because it is a really good building block. Alright, coal is the most overrated thing. There's so many other sources for fuel, and then if you're talking about torches, just use charcoal. You could get an infinite supply. You don't need to get a single piece of coal in the entire game, even in the early game. So B tier. Alright, gold. I mean, you could do piglin trading. That's more of an early game thing, like before you beat the Ender Dragon. Me personally, I'm ranking it A tier, and that's because of golden carrots. They're so convenient. The saturation on them is crazy. You need to eat like 2 per day. That's just really OP. You also got golden apples, glistering melons, but mainly the golden carrots are what I'm ranking it in A tier for. Alright, netherite is another A tier. It's kind of hard to get full netherite, but once you do, it's overpowered. So yeah, easy A tier. Rank in Minecraft resources part 2. Starting off with redstone. I mean, me personally, I don't use redstone a lot. I don't really make redstone things that much. But I gotta give it some credit. It's definitely A tier. A lot of maps are based off of redstone. It adds so much stuff to the game. It's A tier. Alright, diamond. Also probably A tier. It's really good, for tools and stuff. And full diamond gear is really nice. So yeah, A tier. Alright, lapis is the most slept on resource in Minecraft. People say all it does is enchanting. I'm like, yeah, that's true, but enchanting's a key part of the game. Think about it. None of your tools will be good without lapis. Sure, it takes a while to make things actually OP with enchanting, but it's worth it. It's S tier. It just adds a lot of stuff to the game, and it's just really good. And then iron, same thing with lapis. It adds so much to the game. It's the best resource. There's so many crafting recipes that you can make with it. People like to say diamond is better, but I would like to disagree, because iron, with all those crafting recipes, is just like 10 times better. Dessert tier list. Starting off with ice cream. Anything other than S tier is a crime. It's so convenient, and the possibilities are endless with all the toppings and flavors. And then brownies are also really convenient, and they're pretty good, but they just have less options than ice cream, so A tier. Pie is really great, but it's kind of a hassle, and it's more like a thing you have at like a get-together, so I'm going to say B tier. Cinnamon rolls are fire. They're the same thing as brownies. They're so good. Cookies, man, cookies are S tier. It's a classic. They're so good. There's a reason it's a classic. It's because they're amazing. And then Jell-O? I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. But as a dessert, like, you could have anything and you're having Jell-O. Like, come on, D tier. Cake? I mean, it's the same thing as pie. It's only, like, at a get-together, because it's kind of a hassle if you're, like, alone. And then donuts are in that A tier level. Donuts are pretty good. Holiday tier list. Starting off with Halloween, I mean, this used to have its charm, but as someone who's almost 15, begging someone for candy while I'm wearing some goofy-ass costume is just, like, a little weird. So C tier. For now, maybe in a couple years I'll start going to some kind of, like, party or whatever, but for now it's in C tier. The 4th of July is great. It's just a party. It's A tier. Alright. New Year's is the same thing, except it's a better party, so probably S tier. Valentine's Day is just the day of Riz, and I don't have any Riz, so I'm gonna put it in D tier. And then St. Patrick's Day. What do you even do on St. Patrick's Day? Worship Irish people? As someone who's like 70% Irish, I don't even know what the point of St. Patrick's Day is. I'm putting it in D tier. Bro, Christmas is just like really good. Like, you do a lot of stuff on Christmas. You get a bunch of free money. So it's just an easy S tier. And then Thanksgiving. You see, I'm a big back and I really love eating food. And that's what this day is. So I'm going to put it in A tier.